Sholas are a local name for patches of stunted tropical montane forest found in valleys amid rolling grassland in the higher montane regions of South India. These patches of shola forest are found mainly in the valleys and are usually separated from one another by undulating montane grassland. The shola and grassland together form the shola-grassland complex, the mosaic. The word shola is probably derived from the Tamil language word cõlai meaning grow. The shola forest and grassland complex has been described as a climatic climax vegetation with forest regeneration and expansion restricted by climatic conditions such as frost or soil characteristics, while others have suggested that it may have anthropogenic origins in the burning and removal of forests by early herders and shifting agriculturists. Distribution and origin. Shola forests are found in the higher altitude hill regions of the Nilgiris, Kanyakumari district, the Western Ghats and associated ranges in the states of Karnataka, Kerala and Tamil Nadu. Although generally said to occur above 2,000 meters above sea level, shola forests can be found at 1,600 meters elevation in many hill ranges. The origin of the shola forest and grassland complex has been the subject of scientific debate. Some early researchers suggested that the floristic composition represents a stable final state of climax vegetation, this stability being maintained by climatic conditions such as frost, which allow the grass to grow but kill off any forest seedlings. Others have suggested that the grassland may have been created and maintained by early pastoralists and point out that fire has a major role in the maintenance of the grassland. There is evidence for both, and several features of the forest trees and the grasslands have been considered and debated. Pollen analysis from bogs in the Nilgiris suggest that the complex of grassland and forest existed 35,000 years ago, long before human impact began. Long-term studies on the dynamic processes of vegetation change continue. Fauna, due to their isolation, altitude and evergreen character, shola forests are home to many threatened and endemic species. Some of the species found here have close relatives only in the distant evergreen forests of northeast India and Southeast Asia. Some others are found nowhere else in the world. The Western Ghats are one of the globally recognized biodiversity hotspots. Among the many larger animals inhabiting a shola grassland mosaic are tigers and leopards, elephants and gaur. The endangered Nilgiri tahr is endemic to the shola grassland, and its range is now restricted to a 400 km stretch of shola grassland mosaic. For the Nilgiri Hills to the Agasthamalai Hills, laughing thrushes, Nilgiri wood pigeons, shortwings, and some of the endemic flycatchers are some of the 300-plus species of birds that inhabit this area. The area shows high endemicity and is rivaled only by the forests in northeast India, 35% of the plants, 42% of the fishes, 48% of the reptiles, and 75% of the amphibians that live in these rainforests are endemic species. Flora. At least 25 types of trees are present in the major sholas of the Nilgiri Hills. The dominant trees in this type of forest are Mucalia nilagrica, Biscophia javanica, Calophyllum tomentosa, Cedrela tuna, Eugenia spp, Ficus glomerata and Malatus spp. Shola forests have an upper story of small trees, generally Pygium gardneri, Schefflera racemosa, Linoceara ramiflora, Syzygium spp, Rhododendron nilgyricum, Mahonia nepolensis, Eliocarpus recurvatus, Ilex dentaculata, Micalia nilagerica, Actinoldaphne bordeloni, and Litsi whitiana. Below the upper story is a low understory and a dense shrub layer. There is a thick concentration of mosses growing on the understory and many ferns in the sunlit narrow transition to grassland. Shola forests are interspersed with montane grasslands, characterized by frost and fire-resistant grass species like Crispagon zeylanicus, Cymbopogon flexuosus, Arundinella ciliata, Arundinella mesophila, Arundinella tuberculata, Thumida tremula, and Cephema nervosum. Threats. Invasive introduced species are a serious threat to this high-altitude ecosystem. Some, like Acacia meiense and Eucalyptus globulus, are the consequence of commercial plantation and deforestation drives. Other threatening invasives include Lantana camara and Ageratina adenofera. Conservation. Periodic fires have been considered to help maintain the grassland. However, excessive burning has led to a shrinkage of forest patches and the growth of invasive species. The shola biome have a high water retention capacity and exists as the precious source of the water for the high-altitude organisms of the origin of many streams and rivers in the Western Ghats. Gallery.